can see we've got a gold corner BGA here with some foam on it. We will take that one chip off. We could not find a buyer for a lot of these untested laptops. And this is a Windows XP Pentium 4 Dell Inspiron 8200. It's the model number. Laptops, again, you know how I feel about laptops. We don't really make a habit of breaking them down, especially the new ones, but some of the old ones have a good amount of vintage chips in them. Sometimes you get lucky and get really good gold thread. My editor told me I need to stop talking while I'm screwing, so I'm gonna shut up. Good joke in there too. Right. Yeah, the days get so busy and it's so loud in here with people coming in and dropping things off and people asking questions and trying to figure out things. I've been unable to make video content during the regular work hours. Just been staying a little later just so I can get something out for all you amazing people that watch. This is why I don't like messing around with laptops. It's just there's so many screws, there's so many things that you can't see, like they're buried under stickers or whatever. Oh, let me get a hammer before I forget. But there it is. So that's the battery. We'll tape that up. Also, with battery terminals, we do have a buyer for laptop batteries for lithium ion ones. You tape the terminals with clear tape and then you box them up together. And also don't store them outside because water and lithium don't like each other. Okay, CD. We only break down DVD drives from desktops that have the pins on the outside. This does have some kind of interesting pins, but the screws are very small. I don't see them, so it's just gonna go right into our discs. So we have a buyer that just buys the discs. We're starting to get some separation on the bottom. Perfect. We've got our keyboard. It does have some plastic on it, but it is mostly metal. I think it might be even aluminum, so yeah, I'll put it in dirty aluminum. This model particularly has a nice little metal frame that covers the keyboard, so while we're at it, we're here, might as well take the keyboard pad and that'll just go in shred. Our scrapyard no longer takes monitors or laptop screens, so right now, until we can find a new buyer, we are putting all the laptop screens in our dump runs. So it is weight. We get charged by the ton to drop this stuff off every week, and it does add up. It's about $80 a ton, unfortunately. This is a floppy disk drive. This is a CD disk drive. They will both go in discs. So now we're kind of down to the small stuff. Looks like a kind of a phone or keyboard. Little board. You see in old cell phones, kind of see in here. It's got a copper aluminum heat sink that's going over the CPU. This is a plastic card holder that like certain cards can go over. We actually, when we find cards in these, we have a big pile and we sell them by the lots. People still like the vintage cards. You can see we've got a gold corner BGA here with some foam on it. We will take that one chip off, and see kind of two stacked motherboard, our hard drive. For laptop hard drives, if we can wipe it and reuse it, like if it's an SDD, a newer model will definitely reuse it, but the old ones we don't even process. We throw right into a bin. Let's see if that's steel. It is very slightly magnetic. We'll throw into a bin and we won't take the boards off it, but desktops, hard drives, SATAs and such, we do take the boards off. The only laptop boards we take are the ones that we call chunkies, and they are full of nice IC chips. Let me stop talking. I don't know if this one's gonna have it, but it does have these nice gold pins right here, so it is worth looking. And it's metal. So I don't think it does have it, but we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this hard drive into the further breakdown bin because it does have these really nice gold chips on it. So I'm thinking it might be worth it. And then just a couple more screws. Don't have a whole lot of industry stuff to talk about tonight. I've been really working on the book about backyard urban mining, which is essentially how I started the business. I was just doing this as a hobby and learned very quickly that it can make a lot of money doing it, and scaled up. And so the book is about, essentially, you can stay small on it and do it as a hobby, and that can be very profitable. There's kind of the plan for that, or there's a plan to take it further and scale up if you want to. I've been working on it for over a year now, and ended up hiring a professional editor to help me because I had so many thoughts and is so unorganized, and it really made all the difference. We're missing something because it's not popping out. There is this bottom, yeah, there's that. Maybe, I don't think that was holding it on. There's a screw here. Go ahead and take this one out. Yeah, it's like a screw that was unscrewed but not wanting to come out. I would force it. This should be, again, over and over while we don't do laptops. All right, nice. There's a lot of sharp stuff here too. I should probably have gloves on, but I'm a dumbass. So yeah, the book's coming. I write in it every day. I'm finished with, totally finished with 4 chapters, and I've got easily 9 to go. And all 9 are flushed out. It has what it needs to say. It just doesn't have it in an interesting way that is going to be legible, that people want to read. It's more like a mind dump on, this is what you need for recycling desktops, and then, all kinds of tips. And the more I learn about the industry, the more I could write. But I've got to finish the book eventually, right? So that's why people who write how-to guides have the complete version, the ultimate version, the updated version, because as they grow and get to know more of the subject matter, they'll want to add to the book. So I've just really had to cut off a lot of it and make it kind of part of the community. Like if you really want to get into a lot of the numbers, especially with precious metal refining and what yields are going to be, you can't fit everything in your book. And yields aren't exact anyways. It's depending on what kind of material you have, what methods you use. You can get a general guide on yields, but you'll never get exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so I have come up with basically what I want to get published and what I want to add to it in the community aspect of the book. So I don't know if you're on Facebook. A lot of y'all are on the eWaste groups they have on Facebook. There's a lot of great groups. One in particular that I'm such a huge fan of, and I want to create something just like that, but particularly for backyard urban miners. A lot of the eWaste groups are focused on how to refine eWaste into precious metals. That's what they're all after. It's, how much will this get me, and how much will this is copper aluminum heatsink mixes. We do have a buyer for this, so we keep these separate as well. But I'm definitely going to stay active there for sure, but I'd like to create my own one, my own community, have community managers, even have a kind of a Patreon or something that gives paid members first access, direct communications with me and the people that I kind of invite to be admin managers. I've got a couple of friends in the industry that I would pay to help kind of answer questions and manage things. That's where a lot of the next book or the next version will come out of. It's kind of learning that. So working with a publisher has been a fascinating process. I've always been in the creative field, but nothing like the publishing world. I've had to file for ISBN numbers and buy those and file at the Library of Congress, or you know, I don't really know, still don't know exactly what I did, but she walked me through the entire process. It got me legit and started a company for publishing fees, for speaker fees, for any kind of, you know, printing of the books cost money. Basically start a whole little side business. So she kind of walked me through that. The CPU is not what I wanted. The reason we break down a lot of vintage desktop is for the gold threads in the CPUs. This is just a heat sinkless CPU with pins, gold pins. They still sell by the pound, but not exactly what I was after. But we do have a gold corner BGA here that we'll take off, and a gold corner BGA here that I will give to my team to further break down. Put it in there. Put this in there. All right.